What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, the uncrowned Otaku, and I'm switching up a little bit today because, as you know, San Diego Comic-Con just ended, and they dropped some fire. Now, still in the nerdy realm, because that's really all I do is nerdy stuff, comics, manga, anime, cartoons, the whole 9 yards. In that realm of thinking, they dropped the Justice League trailer, new Justice League trailer, and I gotta say, it was fire. It was 100% fire, my boys. Now, we don't exactly know who they're fighting because we see that they have the little minions that are reminiscent of Darkseid's minions. When you go to his world and they're flying around and all that kind of stuff, it's reminiscent to his people, but when you look at who they're actually fighting, when Wonder Woman's squaring up, when Aquaman is squaring up, the guy's throwing like axes and swords and he's in full armor. That screams out they're fighting Ares, the god of war, again. Because as we know, yes, Wonder Woman movie, she fought him. But if you think about Wonder Woman's movie and the timeline they're in now, she was back in like World War II-ish. Or maybe 1. Either way, it was like 60, 70 years ago. Ares has had time to recoup, regather sources. And we do see that whoever they're fighting goes to the Amazon world. That screams out Ares to me. He has a grudge against them. And then he comes back to take over Earth. Diana alone can't take him because he's probably super powered. He has his armor. He wasn't... Did he have his armor the first time? Probably. But still, maybe he has something up his sleeve now. So it looks like they're fighting Ares. But the thing that is kind of trying to steer me away from that thought process is the flying minions that are reminiscent of Darkseid. Now, we do get glimpses of everybody. Cyborg hacks the Batmobile and he's like, "Don't worry, Alfred. I got this. Boss. Aquaman... He's a little scared. He's like, "Yo, I think we're all going to die here." But we see him like, boom, stop water from going. He's super resilient. He's the strongest Superman should be. Wonder Woman, we've seen her movie. We know what she's capable of. I'm glad that she's actually taking charge here. Because with Superman gone, Batman could be a leader, but he does his own thing. So he'll fly off and do his own thing. So it's good to see Wonder Woman taking charge. Like, yo, stick together. Let's go do this. Props to her. All that Amazon training is paying off for it. Flash. I'm glad they kept Flash the way he is now. Because he's always been the comic relief. And I think that's still the same way he's going to be now. Perfect instance is when they're all on the rooftop. Alfred says something, turns around and they're gone. And Flash is like, "Oh, they all just disappeared. Well, that's rude." And then he just like zooms away. That funniest part of the trailer. And then another funny part is when Flash is talking to Batman. He's like, "Yo, this is a fight where we're going to have to square up against this dude. All I do is push people and run away very fast." I was like, oh, he played himself. But still, it was a solid point. This is a young Flash we're talking about. We're not talking about the grown-up Flash where he has museums built in his honor for all the people he saved. But this is a young Flash. So Barry Allen has a team. Gotta respect that. You know, a teen ain't ready to save the world. And then Batman, of course, he assembled everybody. Now, we don't know if Superman, his icon is on the trailer, and of course he is one of the founding members of the Justice League. So we don't know if he's going to be revived in this movie, maybe towards the end, who knows. But there's theories on the horizon, because at the end, when Alfred's in the Batcave, you see his glass of what I assume to be whiskey, because Alfred looks like a whiskey drinker to me. Very classy. It starts to shake. So that lets us know whoever is coming into the Batcave, they're more or less a heavyweight. They're packing some weight on him because they're shaking his glass. He could hear the footsteps coming from that far away. And he's like, Bruce. Well, I don't know if he said Bruce or Batman, but he was like, "They told me you'd come." No response. Now we get mention of Green Lantern. We get mention of Kryptonian Superman, but we also know that the Martian Manhunter, depending on which series you're going with, he is one of the founding members. Depending on which series you're going with. Sometimes they change it up. But I'm leaning more towards the Green Lantern because I don't think they're ready to revive Superman for this movie just yet. I think they're going to save Superman for his own standalone movie, revive him then, and boom, Justice League will make a cameo appearance there. But I'm banking on it being, and people are going to hate me for this, I think it's the Green Lantern. He's coming in suited up because it was probably something similar to the lines of Batman found him. He had to go to the Green Lantern Corps, let him know what's going on, try to get some reinforcements. Batman told him to meet him here at this time, and he came suited up because he probably didn't know if he could trust Batman. Came in his green mech suit from Injustice, something along those lines. But I don't think it's Superman, and I don't think any villain will ever know where the Batcave is. So, anyways, what are y'all thoughts? Who's the mystery man at the end of the trailer? Do you like the trailer? I know they also came out with an Avengers trailer. Personally, I think if we're doing a battle of the trailers, Justice League took that hands down just because they got way more surprises. They got a lot of mystery wrapped up in theirs, whereas with the Avengers, we know what's going down. But yeah, comment down below. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, do all that social media jazz, because my videos, just like this Justice League trailer and the banging beat in the background, they always fire. They always fire. Come get this heat before that mystery man puts it out. Come on.